everyone, and welcome to Person to Person, where everyone has a story to tell. I'm your host, Mark Person. This evening, we are featuring Boston's Queen of the Blues at the legendary Johnny D's in Somerville, Mass. Please welcome singer-songwriter Toni Lynn Washington. Toni, thank you so much. So much. I've been chasing you for 3 years to try to get you. I really appreciate it. You can tell us a little bit about you. I know that you come from North Carolina.
Yes.
And tell us how you got your start.
Well, I got my start at a very young age, and it was in a nightclub here in Boston, as a matter of fact. I went up and I asked the band leader if I could sing a song, and I belted out one of Ruth Brown's songs, and that's where it started.
Now, you did some singing in church as well as school?
I did, as a young girl and teenager and young adult. I've sung in choirs. My husband was in the Navy, and I traveled with him, and wherever he was stationed, I joined the church there, and I sing in the choir there.
Listen, darling, I ain't gonna cry no more. Listen, darling, I ain't gonna cry no more. I've shed a million tears and I ain't gonna cry no more.
I heard you sing. Actually, a good friend of mine gave me a CD of yours about 5 years ago on the South Shore. You have that something special, and where does that come from? How do you evoke such emotion and feeling when you're writing and when you are performing?
Well, that's a good question. It just comes natural to me because I've always, been a performer and singing, here and there. And when I am singing, the song that I am performing at that time has to have a good storyline. That way I can put myself into it.
Share the happiness, share the sad. We took it all, the misery. And I had you, baby, and you had me.
You sang with the Raylettes. Is that the Ray Charles group? I know it's on a different.
With the Raylettes.
Yes, okay.
They had left Ray Charles.
Okay.
And they had formed a group called the Sisters Love.
Sisters Love, yes.
And I performed with them for a short period of time.
You also sang in Vietnam War. In the Vietnam War, you did some touring over there?
Oh yes, I was with a group. We were called the Sound of the 70s. And we cut it short, and we just named ourselves Sound 70. And it was 3 guys and myself, and we were top 40 group. I was one of the lead singers, and it was 3 guys, and myself. And we joined the Bob Hope's USO shows from LA. I was living in LA at the time. And we would go to different places in Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Okinawa, Thailand, and we would perform for the troops there. And we did that for about maybe seven years.
Wow.
In and out of the areas.
I'm going to pay tribute to our troops tonight, ladies and gentlemen, wherever they may be. Give them a big round of applause. Every day yes it will. Oh, when my baby, when my sweet baby comes home, yeah.
I saw you at the Roadhouse Cafe in Hyannis, Massachusetts, on Cape Cod, and you were performing. It was Tony Bennett's 85th birthday, and I was able to photograph it as a photographer. And you got up to sing with Lou Colombo, the great Lou Colombo, late great Lou Colombo. He's passed away a few years now. And you sang with his band, his bassist, his drummer, and I believe it was his guitarist as well. And I took a beautiful photograph that I'm going to give you as my gift tonight for coming. I'm going to give that to you. But you sang with him. That's when I knew that you were something special. To be able to, I mean, you just blew it away. Where do you get that from, Toni Lynn? Because does that come from being from Southern Pines, North Carolina? Do when you sing?
No, it just come from me. I mean, I love the business. I have a passion for it. And when I get up to perform, I want to give it all I got, no matter what. Whether it's jazz, top 40, or what. I've lived through many musical eras, and you know, songs that was back in the day was popular then is now they called I can't remember what they call now, but anyway, standards. They call standards. Yes. And so I'm all about different kinds of music, different kinds of performing.
I gave you all my love anyway, but no more. We don't see eye to eye, no, no. If you don't stop nagging me, baby, I'm gonna have to say goodbye. You used to be so sweet and true, and I believed everything you said, but no more.
When did you know you had that something?
I guess I must have, at a young age, a little girl.
Really?
Yeah, I used to wash dishes, and it'd take me so long to wash the dishes because I'd have a spoon in my hand, pretending that I'm singing, you know. And we only had radio back then.
Right.
And so, but I've always wanted to be a performer.
So let's talk about your albums. You have, I think, speaking with Bruce Bears, and your producer, also your musical director. You have about 9 CDs, but I have a few here. Blues at Midnight,
Yeah, that was the
back
first
in 1995.
one. Yeah.
It's My Turn Now, 1997.
Okay.
In 2000, Good Things.
Okay.
All right. 2003, Been So Long.
Okay.
And your incredible I Wanna Dance that you wrote and on a lot of the songs. Tell us about those CDs, your different phases in your life.
Well, you left out one. That's Toni Lynn Live.
Toni Lynn Live.
Yeah.
Toni Lynn Live.
Yeah. Actually, I was on different labels.
Okay.
First it was Tone Cool,
Okay.
and then the label out of Canada, Northern Blues, they picked us up after we left Tone Cool. And I think that they were a pretty good product myself. A lot of the tunes I communicated, you know, with the band as to what I wanted, and they gave me that and more. So I think they were good products.
Okay. Well, congratulations. My God, you won Album of the Year several times, quite a few times. And you have a national in Memphis. Tell us about that.
Well, it used to be called the W.C. Handy Awards, and it's a very popular, you know, event. It's like the Grammys of the blues, and a lot of the top name artists are named and presented, you know, with awards and everything. And I've been fortunate enough to, get several nominations, including this latest one. And I'm hoping I will be able to go to Memphis, but we'll see.
Okay. Now, where can we get your CDs, all those CDs? Where do we go? Where can the consumers go and find your CDs? Because the last few days preparing for this interview, I've been listening to your music and just, it's just divine.
I don't think they're in the stores.
Okay.
You have to get them online.
Awesome. Well, in 1998, the Boston Globe stated that you are known as the first lady of the Boston blues scene, and you was nominated as Best Female Artist of the Year for the 1998 WC Handy Awards. Where does it come from? It's natural.
People vote, but I'm just, glad to be noticed,
Yeah, totally. In 1999, the Boston Blues Festival gave you a Lifetime Achievement Award. So congratulations on that, Toni.
Thank
Lynn.
you.
Toni,
Thank you very
really
much.
Appreciate that. I have all these awards, 2003, 2004, 2005 that you won. You won the Soul Blues Female Performer of the Year. Your previous albums won Album of the Year. Just congratulations. I mean, you have that special gift that we love to hear.
Well, thank you.
I know we're playing at Johnny D's tonight. What are your plans? What are you planning on doing, singing tonight?
Well, we plan on rocking the house and raising the roof.
My nights are so lonely, my days are so blue. My nights are so lonely, Lord, my days are so blue. If I don't find my baby, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Check it up for my baby, check it up for my baby, check it up for my baby. Done found another chick.
Well, I want to give you a little special gift. First of all, I want to thank you so much for being so kind to me. And every time I call, you always try to work it out that I can do the show. And tonight you made it happen.
Well,
and I think at Johnny D's, where this is closing, because it's been around for 46 years, it's closing sometime in the spring.
Yeah.
I guess it was meant for us to do it here. So this is a photograph at Tony Bennett's 85th birthday
my
party.
goodness.
You're jamming with his group. This is from me, my photograph, and this is for you, all right? I thank you so very much. I love you.
Thank
I thank you
you.
very much for the
This is
opportunity.
wonderful.
And
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
So Toni Lynn, keep up the good work. You seem to get better with age. You're like fine wine, and I love you very much.
Thank you.
And your fans love you very much.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
I wanna dance, dance, dance with my baby tonight. I wanna dance, 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 'cause the feeling is right. I wanna shake my hips from side to side. I wanna get on the boogie ride. I wanna raise my hands up in the air and let the rhythm just take me there. I wanna dance. Hey, I wanna dance.
Wow. Just before that beautiful performance by the legendary Toni Lynn Washington, I had the opportunity to sit down with a prolific producer and musical director since 1989, Bruce Bears. Bruce, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me.
I tell you, I saw you several times, and you play that piano. You're a lion on that piano, man. How do you do it with so much soul?
Ooh, well, you know, I just loved blues music since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And as soon as I figured out what it was, I started trying to figure out how to play it. And then when I was in my 20s, I met Toni, who was just full of, you can't, if you play with her and you don't play soulfully, it's just not going to work.
Right.
So she really led me, you know, to where I am now.
Yeah. That was in '89. You formed her first band in 1989?
Yeah, 1989
Okay.
was the first version of the Toni Lynn Washington band. We played a bit before that
Yes.
in a couple other bands, but that was when we decided to do the Toni Lynn Washington band. And I think we started recording the first time in '92. The first record that was on a label came out in '95.
Okay.
So I've been with her now since I was 28.
Wow.
And I'm 55 now.
Wow. You have a love for her. You love her music. And I was watching a special on Frank Sinatra on HBO.
Yeah.
And his daughter, Nancy Sinatra, was stating that Frank could not sing a song if he did not feel it.
Yeah.
And what I noticed about you guys, you really, truly feel it. Tell us about that experience.
Well, you know, when you're trying to play any type of song, really the spirit of the song has to come out of you, or else it just isn't going to be that good.
Now, you played with some other giants. You have Big Jack Johnson,
Oh, yeah.
blues icon Little Milton Campbell,
Yep.
Susan Tedeschi,
Yeah.
Jay Giles,
Yeah.
and a gospel singer that we love, Mavis
Maybe
Staples.
Staples. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about those artists. Like, for instance, the great artists have that little element of, then you got great, and then you got
Yeah.
the pinnacle.
Yeah. There's no
What
doubt about it.
the difference? What's the difference?
You know, well, yeah, I mean, in the case of Mavis, when you're in her presence is something different. Last night, Aretha Franklin sang, you know, for the Kennedy Center Honors. And when you see somebody like that, those two people have that thing. So does Toni. They have that thing where when they really bring it, it's just it'll just crush you. You
Yes,
know,
totally.
and I mean, Mavis, she's my favorite of all time. I just love Mavis. There's something so special about her, you know.
So that's something special. All of those experiences that you have and you continue to have, how
Yeah.
has that shaped your career where you are now?
Well, obviously, you know, I've learned so much from all of them. Each one something different, and it's really helped me improve the way I play, and also it's helped me improve getting in touch with my own playing. You know, because when you hear somebody like Mavis or like Toni or like Milton, they're so much themselves but so strong at the same time. You learn from that and you try and figure out, how can I do that in my own way? Be myself and bring my own personality out in my music. And that's really the most important thing that they taught me.
I listen to you,
Yep.
when I listen to Tony, when I listen to Tony Bennett, and saw Frank Sinatra at the Harbor Lights in 1994,
Yeah.
they have that something.
Yeah.
When you're as a teacher, because people want to know, can you teach that?
Yeah. Well, I think, I think when you're with a student, you can, if they have talent, you can point them in the right direction. Whether or not they'll really get it. Some people, it might take a long time, but I think you can point them in the right direction. Whether or not you can really teach them to be soulful. I mean, some people just immediately have it, and it's obvious. You can see it right away. They might not even be able to play anything complicated, just a simple blues, but you can feel it in what they do. And that's the way you can teach it to somebody else too, is to keep it simple and teach them a simple blues. And if they have enough talent, they should be able to pick up on it. So I think you can kind of teach it.
Okay.
But some people, it's
Yeah.
just have
Yeah.
more of it. It's just there.
Right, and they have to want it.
Oh yeah.
They have to want it.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
that's like anything.
because you're piano playing, you're producing,
Yeah.
and as a musical director,
Yeah.
you're just, you're the creme de la creme. You're just absolutely
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
And so we want to go to brucebears.com
Yep.
if you want to go and get him to make you into this musical director. I want to thank you also very, very much. I really appreciate it. I would call Toni, and Toni said, no, call Bruce. She knows that you love her, and it's reciprocal. And I thank you for being so kind throughout the years. I've been chasing you guys, and I finally got you at the legendary Johnny D's. So have fun tonight. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, Mark.
I really appreciate it.
Been sleeping in my cigarettes in my ashtray. And I don't even smoke.
Thank you so very much to Miss Toni Lynn Washington for performing such a spirited and soulful performance. And a special thank you to the owner of Johnny D's in Somerville, Mass, for allowing us to record such a magnificent performance. I'm your host, Mark Person, and thank you for watching Person to Person, where everyone has a story to tell.
Everybody from coast to coast.